All right, guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. This is Paul Alex. I am founder of CashSwipe.com and Residual Income for Beginners. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and intro one of our clients. He goes by the name of Rob. Rob is absolutely crushing it right now with credit card processing. As you guys can see, he has the complete setup on his background, which I love. This is the first thing that I noticed when Rob was on the screen. With that being said, Rob, tell the audience a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your background before payment processing, brother, and then what you are currently working on right now with credit card processing in general.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you having me on here, Paul. Yeah, I got a history of 20 out of the last 30 years. I was in credit and collections, um, worked my way from a bill collector all the way up to director of operations. And 2 years ago, actually, just recently, 2 years ago, we got into the ATM business with you all. And a side gig, get ATM here, ATM there. But I was a director of operations for a call center. I didn't have many hours, and it was hard to scale. Ain't gonna lie. But I was in the background while I was working as director of operations. I was working with a company called Trata. They were the ones that were handling our processing, and we were working on a way of forwarding on the fees to the debtors, if you will, because we're paying 40 grand a month in processing fees. So I was working on all that, and then lo and behold, you all decided to jump into that realm too. So as soon as I found out about it, I'm like, hey, I'm doing this in my real life. Why don't I do this in my side life? So, and then right after I got them all set up with Trata and everything, just a little over a year ago, I got laid off right before Christmas. And and I'm not young. I mean, I just turned 53 like 3 days ago, and I didn't want to go back into the corporate world ever again. I decided to take our side gig and go full steam with it. And 4 weeks ago, we celebrated our 1 year anniversary, and we had a ribbon cutting, a 1 year anniversary / ribbon cutting, where we had a poker run that that's what all this stuff is about. Those are all the different businesses that we had in our poker run, or that donated to a fundraiser that we started for the Child Advocacy Center out of Northeast Missouri. And we raised $3,500 that day. And we threw a big party that night at an upscale fine dining place that we all hang out to and network at. And yeah, it's just been crazy. I've had 3 chamber of commerces do the ribbon cutting. I tried the sales route. I tried to get out there and just sell, and try not to come in with sales breath or coming in hot. That was hard because I always wanted to come in hot. And then I started networking and getting involved with the chamber, 3 chambers, and I'm currently on the board of directors and on the ambassador committee on one chamber, and just doing for others. That's all I do. I don't even talk about what I do. People come to me after they found out that, hey, I mean, there's no gatekeepers going that route. I walk into any business I want. I got my little ambassador badge on, O'Fallon Chamber of Commerce, and I'm like, hey, just out and about, what can I do for you? What can I do to help you? And getting people involved and talking, and everybody, I mean, people giving me hugs right after I'm giving them a sales pitch. It is the sweetest thing. I found my little niche in all this. And now I've got friends of friends reaching out saying, hey, you hooked this. Well, that's another thing too. I've been doing a lot of, if you're in my inner circle, I give you what I call the family plan, where if it's an easy setup, it's $15 a month that you're going to be paying. You're just sending out payment links or whatever. I'm going to cover that fee for you because I know I'm going to make that plus some.
Yeah.
And one thing that's really stood out a lot is my motto is that I would rather make $10 a month off of 1,000 people than $1,000 a month off of 10 people. Mm-hmm. And I actually live it. I actually show it and prove it day in and day out, because anybody can spot a fake.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. I agree, brother. At the end of the day, how big would you guys say is networking to you?
Oh, it's everything. I mean, it's hard to show value unless you have people that you see constantly over and over again. You may see some of these people I see 3, 4 times a week. They know my spiel. I get to where I don't even give a spiel. I just get up and start talking good about somebody else or something because everybody knows what I do in this area, and my name has gotten out there hugely. So yeah, I I never. This was not on my 2026 bingo card. That's for sure.
Yeah,
But it never. I'm not gonna lie. It didn't happen overnight. It
yeah,
took some while. It took some time because people in this space, there are some shady people out there that have already been in contact with some of these people, and they're like, no, I don't even want to know what you do, or I don't need to know anymore, or whatever.
yeah.
But over time, the same people that at first looked at me side eyed, all of a sudden were like, oh, well, hey, let's have a one to one. Let's have a sit down and let me get to know more about what you do. I was like, all right, let's do it. And yeah, it's. I mean, I've I've actually been asked by two separate people high up in the community if I'd consider running for mayor um, in the next cycle or after the current mayor retires because he's getting up there. And I'm like, I'm not a politics guy. I don't, well, half their job would just be going around doing what you currently do and going to ribbon cuttings and going and showing support for small businesses within the community. That's how you get your name out there. Is go with a smile and be the friendliest person in the room, and walls come crumbling down.
Guys, that's what I talk about. Your network is your net worth, guys. For everybody watching live right now, or if you're watching the replay on YouTube, guys, go ahead and in the comments, go ahead and just comment the word network. That's going to be NETWORK network. It's huge, and I think that Rob has mastered communications when it comes down to his network because I'm such a big believer in value. Okay, once you show people your hand and you show that you want to do good business and you show that you want to provide a value, no matter if there's money attached to it, that's when you win the people over. And that's what exactly Rob is talking about right now, guys, is winning his community, winning the business owners over. And I think one thing that you said, Rob, that is extremely powerful, my man, is the fact that you took someone's negative experience with a competitor
Mhm,
and you turned it into something good, right?
mhm,
Where you're showing them the light basically at the end of the tunnel. And you're telling them, like, hey, dude, not everybody rolls like that. Let me
yep,
show you my way, right? And
mhm,
this is your dude, you're the greatest example of what I would say is people buying you,
yep,
people buying you.
yes,
Yes, Rob, like even in the beginning, right? When you and your wife started, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you guys were to go back to day one and you guys were look at like the modules and then you guys will look at every single piece of hardware out there in credit card processing.
mhm,
In the back of your mind, especially as a beginner, would you go ahead and like feel overwhelmed? Or would you go ahead and be like, man, there's so much terminals. How am I going to learn all this? I'm not tech savvy like me. I'm not tech savvy. It's going to take years to learn all this, right?
yep,
And I think that's the number one mistake that a lot of beginners make is they get
yes,
overwhelmed with the information. They get
mhm,
overwhelmed with the technicality of the business. But now that you've mastered networking,
mhm,
would you say that that's the most important component to all of this?
yes. And also, we spent a lot of time. Let's download this and put us in a folder and have this nice portfolio presentation or whatever. You don't have to be the expert. I tell people all the time, I don't know how the cake is made. I'll just bring you the cake. Okay. I've got a team. I've got a team that knows what they're doing. I rely on them. I'm just the face out here telling you, hey, this is what I've seen. This is what I know. And, I can even tell them, what, after listening to your scenario or seeing your setup, about 95% in the back of my head, I'd say I'd go a certain route. But I'm still going to take your information back to my team, come up with the perfect scenario for you, lay it all out, get you a quote and everything. So yeah, it's you don't have to know everything, and it's probably best that you don't know everything or come across like, hey, I know everything, because somebody's going to step you up and they're going to trip you up, and you're going to be like, oh, okay. So that we spent too much time, and I did go through every module over and over, and I chat GPT and everything I could think of and trying to figure out all the ins and outs. But at the end of the day, you like you said, they're buying me. And if I show their friend value and this friend value, eventually they're going to come to me and be like, hey, okay, you got me. I definitely want to know more. And turning people away is a good thing too. You could say, hey, whatever you have going on right here, and you got this deal and this deal, I can't beat it. I ain't gonna lie to you. Or you want something, you're a general contractor, and you want to use Jobber as your CRM, and you want to use, yeah, we can't totally integrate with that. You're probably best with going something else. And being honest, I've been saying, or even telling people all the time in my networking groups, even if you and I never work together, I'm still going to be your friend. I'm still going to champion you, and I'm still going to try to drive business through your doors, because that's the one thing that sets us apart from Toast, Square, Stripe. I've even talked to restaurant owners, me like, how's Toast helping you put people through the doors when I'm wanting to set up a networking group coming here of 80 business owners on a weekly basis? Who's doing more for you in your business? Toast? No. It would be somebody like me that's actually right here, local, and showing you every week what I'm doing.
That's so powerful, man. That is so powerful, guys. Guys, hear what Rob is saying right now. How powerful is it to have such a big needle mover of being a local business owner in the community backing other business owners, guys? Okay. And we see that all the time. So if you're thinking like, how am I going to compete in my city? How am I going to go ahead and beat Clover? How am I going to go ahead and beat Square? Rob just told you the secret. Rob goes in there with the utmost confidence and owns it. And I love how you say, Rob, because it's exactly the same mindset I have, brother. I always tell people, dude, I don't know everything, but I'll find a solution. I'll find someone who does. I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together. That's what entrepreneurship is. It's business, guys. At the end of the day, you will not know everything, but if you communicate with your clients, your prospects, they will see that you are real, you're human, you make mistakes, and you will go ahead back and fix it. And trust me, when you guys do that, you guys will earn their respect, but also trust.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell my sales team that all the time. Provide so much value. Don't come off salesy. Don't have commission breath. I mean, everything that you're saying, Rob, you know the perfect words on how to explain this, brother. I love it. I love it. I got to get you on my webinars, my co-host, moving forward, brother. You know,
Okay.
it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. But Rob, okay, so what is your big plans for 2026, brother? What do you want to accomplish, man?
Oh man. I have I've been approached to somebody's wanting to sponsor me to become my own ISO. So that's looking like it could possibly happen. Still in talks with them about that, and I mean that's huge. But no,
It's huge.
I've got people that are wanting to be on my sales staff, where they bring me anybody. They go out and network, and they find people and talk to people, bring them to me. I sign them up. We split the commission 50-50. Um, it's that way I can be in three places at one time. And That's all what you got to do is you got to try to think. And it's a lot of this. It's listen to the people that have done it and have been there because, and I did, but I felt like I wasted too much time trying to figure things out when the roadmap was already there. It just me. Am I always going to be do everything like Paul Alex does? No, I'm not Paul Alex.
Right.
Now I'm not. There's certain things I can't say or wait. I can't come across a certain way. But you find your strengths, and like I tell people all the time, I'm not a sales guy. I'm a consultant. That's it. I listen to you and spend time with people. Get to know them. Get to understand them. Don't be like, oh, well, I've got the perfect thing after 30 seconds of talking with them. No, find out what their goals are, like what Paul was just doing with me. What is your goals for 2026, 27? What do you see in the future? Don't just worry about the here and now and getting them signed up and out the door. Find out so that you can nurture that relationship forever. So that residual is forever. And definitely if and people are, I've got a friend of mine, he's like, well, he owns a mattress and furniture store. He's like, well, the guy that's with me, I use him, he's bought 2 king beds off me and he's never done me wrong. But I'm waiting for the day that he pisses me off because I'm dropping him like a bad habit and coming over with you. And he wants to be one of my sales guys too. It's like it's crazy if you just show some love to people and be. Yeah, 4 words to live by that I do on a daily basis. Don't be and you can fill in the blank with whatever you feel like it, but just don't be. We've got a guy in our area, like in my networking groups, that used to be part of the group, and then bad blood split apart. He does the same thing we do. He turned around back in October and sent a letter to the attorney general in the state of Missouri saying that the leader of our networking group was stealing all our money, and even
Mhm.
sent the same copy of a letter to just jealousy, and sent another copy of the letter to the restaurant where we were holding our weekly meetings. And we got kicked out of there because they're like, hey, we don't want all this drama and stuff like that. The chamber dropped him from doing their processing, kicked him off the board. I mean, he was the one being a D. I mean, it was just like,
Yeah.
and then everybody was dropping him that because he'd been around here longer than I have. He already established, relationships. They dropped him and it started flooding to me. And there's times I get calls from people, yeah, I used to be with so and so. And I'm like, okay. I know exactly what you're talking about then. And fine. I mean, karma is a real thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're not, if you don't want to be a decent person, or if you want to try faking it because you just don't like the human race, you're 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 not going to make it. I'm just going to be honest with you. You got to actually have love for others because that's what it takes,
You got
especially
to
to
be a
get
good
through some of these doors. Yeah,
you got to be a good person, man. I
yeah.
always tell like this, like I rather connect with everyone. And with me, man, I don't have time to go ahead and be a naysayer. I don't got time to go ahead and be negative, dude. Life is short. Life is short. And life is beautiful, guys. Before you know it, I have a 2-month-old now, and I'm seeing him grow every single day, dude. And it just makes me reflect, even in my childhood. I'm like, damn, I'm like approaching 40 now. And it's coming up fast, dude, you know?
Hmm.
So so at the end of the day, like now I see a different perspective in life, now being a new father, right? So I love everything that you're saying. It's really resonated with me, man. I think it's time, dude, for you, to be honest with you. I think it's time for you to start building a true personal brand online, man. And I want to help you.
Mm.
I do want to help you. So I actually started a brand new community for personal brands. So I'm going to send you the link after this, so you're able to
Okay.
go ahead and join it, dude. You'll have access to everything, dude. I'm gonna hook you up. So you're a good dude, man. You're really a good dude, and you're growing. So now that you surpassed your 12 months, and congratulations on that, man. I always love to hear these type of stories. How many accounts are you at right now?
31.
31 accounts, guys, within a little bit over 12 months now, and it's growing. So by the end of 2026, what would you say would be the number of accounts that you are going to hit? Because dude, I love your level of confidence, brother. No, I'm telling you this straight up, dude. Like I wish every single client came in this confident because guys, you guys have to understand something. People are buying you, just like what Rob said in the very beginning of this interview. They're not buying the terminal. They're not buying the systems. They're buying you. So if you're coming in with the same level of confidence that Rob has right now as he speaks, you guys will close more than hear no's. And that's the honest truth. Some of my best people on my team right now are some of the most confident people. They ooze with confidence. People buy confidence, guys. And I can see the change in Rob. I could see the change in Rob. I feel the energy just even through the Zoom call right now, guys. People buy off energy. Guys, if you guys are watching this right now, comment energy. That's going to be ENERGY. Show Rob some love, guys. He's doing phenomenal right now. Okay. So cool, man. So, what would you say, Rob, is the number you're going to hit, brother?
My goal that I'm shooting for is 100.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
And now it always fluctuates too, because I'm even doing, there's a lady around here that is running for alderman. Okay. So I'm the one that's doing her processing for her donations, her campaign donations. Well, that's going to end on April 8th when elections happen. Okay.
Right.
But she's running for alderman. She glad hands everybody in the county. She's out there. She's a business owner. She knows nothing but business owners. Strategic partnerships is what I do a lot of as well. Is if somebody I know that they, my own networking group, I do the processing for them, and the leader of our group has got the biggest voice in the county. So my goal is to make sure that she is one happy woman because that's all she's going to do is tout me all day long.
Rob, who taught you how to go ahead and start up your own network group?
No, I didn't start up my own network group. I
Okay.
got into networking, but I've also I got into a networking group through the chamber.
Okay.
And if you have a good chamber, not all chambers are created equal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I didn't realize networking was a real thing because I was a corporate guy. I was in an office all day. I didn't know these business owners were out here schmoozing around. It is a real thing, and if you can get in with something like that, or even start your own, all you need to do is you talk to a business owner that's got a good space, and preferably a nice or a restaurant that doesn't open until maybe 11 or 10, and we have your meetings in the mornings. And they allow you, and you're going to buy things from them, breakfast sandwiches, whatever. That's going to help sell them on using their space. Plus, you're bringing all these business owners straight there to them. And if they're not, most of ours don't even charge. They're like, yeah, we'll have a guy come in at 8 a.m. and crack open the door for you so you can have 40 to 80 business owners come in here and talk big about this is where we go all the time. And that's free marketing for them.
I love that. I love that. Dude, you gotta I want to do like a master class on how to master networking groups like you are, dude, because your perspective is very like refreshing, man. Like I've done the network groups, but the way that you're like explaining it is a
Mhm.
lot different. So I think from a beginner's point of view, I think it's very powerful because then a lot of people can use the information that you provide. Let me ask you something, dude. What are you and the wifey doing May 2nd?
Let me take a look. Do, 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 do. Might be. I think I'm subbing for somebody at their BNI. Let me. No, sorry, that's April 2nd. May. I've got nothing going on May 2nd. Nope, that's a Saturday. No, not
It's a
yet.
Saturday. Yeah, it's a Saturday. Um, how many accounts do you think you will have by May 1st?
Well, my goal is 50 by then. So basically 20 between now and then. It'll
Why
be
don't we
like
do
that
this?
one will be dropping off. Yeah.
Why don't you do this? Why don't we do this? Talk to the wife after this.
Okay.
Um, I'm gonna make sure that Nadia sends you my cell. If you're able to hit your 50, dude, I what I want to do is I want to fly you out to LA because we're doing a live event so you can
Hmm.
speak in front of like 400 people and explain exactly what how you do this.
Okay.
Paid for, dude, hotel, flights, you and the wifey, it's on me, but it's just to incentivize you to hit your goal, dude, because I think you're a rock star. I think you could do
Nice.
it. I think that you will smash and then you're going to inspire a lot of people in LA, dude. So,
Oh yeah.
talk to the wife, man. I think it'll be badass.
Well, you knew me. You knew me 6 months ago. You knew me 9 months ago. I wasn't the same guy back then that I am today.
And that's what I see it, bro. That's why I'm saying, like,
It's
you
it's
need a
it's
speak.
apples and oranges. Yeah, it
You need a
is.
speak, dude. It's
Well,
powerful.
and that's the one thing that's, doing Zoom meetings and talking to people on the phones. Maybe I didn't do so well in that realm because I spent 20 years in the collection industry
Yeah.
talking to people on the phones. Me, I like being out in the public. I like being out and doing things and the fresh air, the sunshine, and glad handing and talking to people face to face. That's what I'm
Same.
all about. So
Same.
yeah.
Yeah. Same, dude. Same. I love the networking. I love public speaking. I love just being in the action. So I think you will smash, bro. Okay. So we'll definitely talk. Hit me up, dude. I'm gonna be up after this, anyways. Um, with that being said, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for sharing your story, brother. Any last words of motivation? And then, guys, hopefully you guys are all able to make it out May 2nd in LA to see Rob speak live once he hits his 50 accounts, I know he will. I mean, the level of confidence is just oozing through the Zoom call right now, guys. All right. So give it up for Rob right now. Just comment Rob down in the comments below. That's going to be ROB, guys. Comment the word Rob,
Nice.
his name, and show him some love. Show him some love, guys. He's part of the Residual Income for Beginners school community. So you guys can DM him and just ask him, pick his brain about networking. It's huge. Okay. But any words of motivation, Rob, before you go, brother?
Don't let the nose get you down. Don't even let the I don't need your hey. Use that. Use that as motivation. Use that as like, hey, I'm totally cool with that. I've got so many people that want to do business with me anyway. It's yeah. You don't need to have everybody. You want strategic people, and some of those people out there, I'm glad I missed out on. I'm glad that they said no or that they went a different route because then I hear stuff later that, oh my God, they're just horrible to work with. So, don't let anything get you down. Take it from this old man. There's times you're going to feel like, man, what am I even doing? What am I even doing? And I tell you what, lean on him, lean on God a lot. There's times when I said, can you at least just show me a sign? And all of a sudden I bump into somebody that I met 3 counties over and, random 3 months ago. And we just meet up and they're like, hey, I was thinking about you the other day. And that's when you know that God's like, all right, God's telling me that I'm definitely doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And yeah, don't be afraid to lean on that too.
I love that. Man of faith. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Guys, give it up for Rob. Rob did a great job during the interview. He's absolutely smashing it. Rob, do you have a public profile that people can follow you on, brother?
Yeah, Paywise Solutions, paywisesolutions.net, Rob Jaycox, all my networking stuff. I've been networking champion of the week twice in the past 6 months now. And you can see photos and videos and everything things that I'm doing out there in the public. I'm not afraid to share whenever somebody posts, one of my buddies posts for fellow business owners. Yeah, so hit me up. I'm always
Let's
around.
let's rock. I love it. I love it. All right, Rob. Well, take it easy, brother. Nadia will go ahead and send you my number, and then I'll be in comms with you after this, after I get off the live, and then we'll set up May 2nd. I see Eileen in the comments. She's going to handle all that back end stuff for you guys, travel arrangements, all that jazz. And then it's going to be a good conversation once you hit your 50 as well. And then we'll talk about how like you did that and just have a badass masterclass in LA, dude. It'll be awesome for sure.
Yeah, sounds good. I appreciate you, brother. Definitely
All
couldn't
right.
have done this without you.
No, dude. Hey, you're the one doing all the work, bro. That's it.
You presented the vehicle. You presented me the vehicle that
That's
got me
fine.
to where I'm at.
That's fine. But what I like to see is this
Yeah.
transformations, bro. Because just like you said, hey, bro, we haven't talked like in 6 months like that. Yeah, we've messaged each other back and forth once in a while. But to talk like this and to see you change, like you're freaking a changed man, dude. Like the energy is just different, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not gassing him up, guys. I'm not telling him like, oh shit. No, this is real. Like this is not the Rob I knew 6 months ago. So this is what I'm talking about. All right. All right, brother. Tell the wife I said hello, and I'll see you
Definitely.
guys soon. Okay.
Sounds good. I appreciate you.
Take care. Bye bye. Guys, that was fire. So I have about 10 minutes, but I'm just going to explain the concept for all of our newbies watching right now, guys. This is not a sales pitch. This is not to say like, hey guys, this is what you could buy. No, this is just to show you guys what exactly Rob is doing, what exactly I'm doing, what exactly our clients are doing here at CashSwipe. So you see this. This is a credit card terminal. Almost every single business out there has one. But here is the biggest needle mover that we are doing here at CashSwipe as the number one credit card processing platform online right now. We are charging every single business owner's customer. Okay. We are flipping the script. We are helping business owners save 100% of their fees. Why is that? Well, because what we learned is since COVID happened in 2020, that more than ever, the banks, Clover, Square, all these billion-dollar companies are making so much money off of being the middleman. This is where you, as the local credit card processing owner, just like Rob, could take advantage and actually help every single business owner in your community actually save tens of thousands of dollars a year, guys. And it's amazing because it's a win-win. Think about it. If you're able to go to your coffee shop, your local donut shop, your taco truck, your auto shop, your local medical spa, any type of business that you guys go to has a credit card machine. You're able to go into that business and offer them a true service that is sustainable. It's going to last for decades. This is growing into $1 trillion business, guys. And the way it works, the way that you guys make money, let me give you this example. Let's say that your local liquor store does $100,000 in sales volume through a credit card terminal. The standard liquor store in the United States does over $250,000 in sales a month through their credit card terminal. On average, they are paying 3% of the total sales volume to the banks, to the credit card processing companies, guys. That is cash flow that they are losing every single month. So, when you explain that to a business owner who doesn't know any better, and you tell them, look, that $100,000 that's going through your actual terminal, that you are spending that 3% to the banks, to the business owners, that's $3,000 in overhead expenses that you are paying for no reason. You got sold on a free credit card terminal. And this is how transparent you have to be. This is how passionate you have to talk. Because at the end of the day, just like Rob told you guys, there are going to be competitors out there, guys, that have already burned the image of business owners in credit card processing, that have already gave the business owner a bad taste in their mouth, saying that, dude, you're going to be a salesman. You're going to be pushy. I don't even want to hear you. I'm fine. I'm content with having my credit card machine. But you got to show them who's different. So when you're going into these businesses and you explain it that way and you tell them, hey, look, I'm here for you. You got to humanize the business. So when you go ahead and you actually explain to the business owner, hey, look, I'm here to actually save you and wipe out 100% of the fees. So you no longer have to pay the banks. You don't no longer have to pay Clover. You don't no longer have to pay Square. You don't have to pay any type of fees. And if anything, I can actually hook you up with a free terminal or a free POS, but I have to go ahead and just make sure that you qualify. And how can you qualify? Well, there's a piece of paper that your current processing company or the bank sends you, and it's called a statement. All I need to do is show me the statement, and I can break down the math for you where it makes sense. And if it makes sense, guess what? I'm going to put tens of thousands of dollars back in your pocket. If you're getting charged 3% and you're doing $100,000 in credit card processing fees a month, guess what? I'm going to go ahead and be able to bring back $36,000 profit in your pocket. And if that's the case, in 3 years, that's over $108,000. If I could put $108,000, which is close to about half a million a year, back in your pocket, what would that do for your business? What would that do for your life? What would that do with hiring staff? Would that make life easier? It absolutely would, guys, for a lot of business owners. And this is why Rob is a winner because he shares that vision. He understands the vision. So when he goes to these network events, Rob doesn't have to really do any selling. All he's doing is he's bridging the gap. He's providing value by being himself, by going ahead and humanizing his actual career, his business, and then connecting with business owners that truly need help. They truly need a solution to save more money, especially in this economy, guys. So when you go in there and you provide value, and the value that you're providing is saving these business owners hundreds of thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars a year, who do you think is going to win? The business owner and you. So when you save a business owner $3,000 on average a month, based on the example that I just told you guys, on the back end, we charge the 3% to their customers now. So we take down the 3%, and this is how you guys make money. 1% goes to you as the business owner. 0.5% goes to the banking network. That typically goes to your ISO, your independent sales organization. They are the company that facilitates the actual network to make sure that this terminal works. This terminal cannot work without the network, guys. You need it. And then 1.5% on average goes to the card issuers. The card issuers, guys, that's American Express, that's Visa, that's MasterCard, that's all these cards, different cards that you see society or the general public uses. They need to get paid as well. So at the end of the day, when you guys do the breakdown, you're like, why only 1%? But think about it like this, think bigger. Think bigger. Don't think you're just going to land one, two, three accounts. No. Did you guys just hear what Rob said? Rob is trying to hit 100. Actually, I got to change my verb. I got to change my language right now. I got to change what I just said because I made a mistake. Rob will hit 100. See? Because you have to be intentional with what you say, the words that you speak into existence. It's very powerful, guys. Every time that I go ahead and I say I'm going to do something, I said I will do it. It even goes down to personal life, guys. When me and my wife, we were waiting for our child, Maverick, she goes, well, what do you think the gender will be, babe? Boy or a girl? And I said, it's going to be a boy. How can you be so sure? Well, first off, I want the baby to be healthy, but I know it's going to be a boy. And I'm speaking into existence. You have to speak everything into existence, guys. I'm such a big believer in that. So you see the level of confidence that Rob has. 6 months ago, he was a different man. He didn't have that level of confidence that he did on this call. And that's why I'm like, I look at him, I look at the energy that he gives, I see the passion, I see the confidence. Boom! That's who I want around me. So what you guys just saw, it wasn't scripted. It wasn't made up. We didn't do this because we just, hey, give him a good show. No, this was real. Like he wasn't going. He didn't even know about the event that we're throwing, guys. By the way, the flyers are coming out in about a week or so. But the offer to have him speak there because it's powerful. It will help people change their mindset, change the way they think, and transform their lives as well, because that's what you need in order to become successful in life. You need to first change the way that you think about yourself and business and the way that you treat people. It will dramatically change everything around you. So, once again, how do we make money? We help business owners. We are for business owners. And that's one thing that most people in this industry get mistaken. They say, yeah, but you're going to push customers away. No, we're not. No, we're not. Because just like what Rob said, people buy you. So the business owners, they know already. When you go ahead and you give them clarity and you tell them, hey, look, the customers, how long you been in business for? 5, 10 years, Paul. Okay, 5, 10 years. Most businesses, it's known 70% run out of business the first 3 years, but you're here 5 to 10 years. That means that you're doing something right. So what are you doing? Well, I'm a good chef. This is my cuisine. This is my art. Okay, so what you're saying is people come to this business because of you, right? Yeah, they come because of me, because the way I cook. Okay, because the way you cook. So you mean to tell me if you were to go ahead and tell people and have a little sign on your counter and tell them, hey, due to inflation, you as the customer now have the option to pay with cash, which means that you're not going to have to pay a fee, or you pay your own convenience fees, because that's what it is. It's a convenience, guys. We cannot forget that. In this world, we have fees for everything, okay? And it really started, it's going to open your eyes, during COVID, 2020. 2020 is when there was billion-dollar companies made off of being the middleman. So right now, this is the opportunity for you guys to actually get on the vehicle. Like Rob said, hey, you presented the vehicle. This is the vehicle, guys. But at the end of the day, it's going to take you to make it work. That's all it is. It's going to take you to establish that relationships. Now, is there another method to do this without being in sales, without selling, without having to go ahead and cold call prospect if you don't have time? Absolutely. We've created that as well. Okay. We're able to advertise to business owners for you. We're able to close the deals now for you. We're able to even record, show you everything from A to Z so you know exactly what to do. Okay. But like I said, it's not a sales pitch. This is just giving you guys clarity on the information. Okay. So that's what I have for tonight, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed Rob's presentation. Now, if you're interested and you want more information about everything that we talked about during this live presentation, okay, if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and comment the word info, guys, okay? And I'll go ahead and I'll send you more information regarding how we can advertise to customers for you, how we can actually go ahead and close deals for you, okay? If you want to learn more about these systems, if you want to learn more about Rob, if you want to learn more about the hundreds of clients we've been able to help transform their businesses just like Rob, I'll be more than happy to share all their testimonies, all the client success stories, absolutely everything. If you just have simple questions that you're afraid to ask right now during this live presentation, don't be afraid. There's something that I always tell all my clients: closed mouths don't get fed. So don't be shy. Speak up. We don't bite. We're here to help anybody who asks for our help. It would be more than happy to serve you guys. Okay. All right, guys. My name is Paul Alex, founder of CashSwipe and Residual Income for Beginners. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe, like, comment, and share this with somebody that you care about. Take care, guys, and have a great night. Bye-bye.